Hello, my name is Stefan,
And I'm Kyle.
and we're back with StyleSports. This week, as you guys know, this is part two, and we're going to be talking about NBA, talking about a bunch of type of soccer and a little tiny bit of MLB. So to first start off, also happy holidays to everybody. Um, 27th, so you guys had a good day, and Santa was with you. Um, but on the real, we're going to talk about some really fun games that happened on the 25th of December. More importantly, we're just going to highlight two because two are really important. The other two are kind of boring. Um, so, for example, the Warriors and the Cavaliers and the Bulls and Spurs. The Warriors and Cavaliers, it was close the entire game, and it ended in a score of 109 to 8. And the Spurs blew the Bulls 119 to 100. So these were the very two good games that happened on Christmas Eve. Christmas. And a fun fact about the Golden State Warriors versus Cleveland Cavaliers. Um, the Golden State Warriors have like of all the season all-time records between the two people, the Golden State Warriors have won 56 and the Cleveland Cavaliers have won 52. So it's pretty close. Three of those wins were when they were the San Francisco Warriors, which was a very, very, very long time ago. And in those, they include 3-1 lead that they blew. If any of you guys remember that, that was a monumental loss. Um, so that was those games. Everything else was kind of boring. Um, and yeah. So let's talk about the one game that was happened interesting. It has to do with this actually. It was Kevin Durant. He was very mad um, at the game because it was 108, 109, and there was a foul that he didn't like. And he said it should have been a technical. And he called the last 2 minute report bullshit. So basically, for those who don't know, the last 2 minute report is a play-by-play report regarding all calls and material non-calls in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, or last 2 minutes of overtime period. And the last 2 minute report is done at any game which one team they're leading over 5 points, or over five or less than five at the 2 minute mark, right? So, Kyle, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think the last 2 minute report is bullshit, according to Kevin Durant?
Well, I don't know much about the T2M, the L2M, but like I feel like I don't know, like it's with especially in the modern sports referees, you're not gonna catch everything. So I feel like, he's kind of mad because it affected him, but sometimes,
But then he went back to say that it didn't affect the outcome of the game, but then complained about the last 2 minute. Should have been a technical. They didn't call it.
yeah. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, so you think you agree with Kevin Durant?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I no, I don't believe. I think it's like not everything is gonna get called perfectly. I just sometimes stuff are gonna go
yeah,
past the ref's eye, and
you
yeah,
gotta let it. Yeah.
exactly.
Um,
Fortunately, it wasn't a big matchup, but like you said, it didn't affect the outcome of the game.
yeah, it didn't. But also, speaking of Golden State Warriors and the Cavaliers, LeBron James has been named AP's Male Athlete of the Year. So good for him, I guess.
Uh, Had
Yeah,
amazing year though.
yeah, he did have an amazing year. He always has an amazing year. I think he's the best player in the NBA. Who do you think's the
Right,
best
right
player?
now,
Yeah, right now.
this season.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's Russell Westbrook because
Actually,
he's been
okay. Yeah, yeah.
superhuman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like in the past
In
five
the
years,
past
LeBron.
5 years, LeBron. Yeah, I
Like
completely
the
forgot
best
about.
active player is definitely LeBron. Yeah,
Yeah, Westbrook's averaging a triple double still, which is
just amazing.
ridiculous. That shouldn't
He'd
happen.
become the second player
Someone should
to
give him
ever
a drug test. Just saying.
block people on drugs.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. All right. So, um, as you guys know, as you guys might not know, but I'm here to inform you, Isaiah Thomas and Russell Westbrook were named NBA Players of the Week. Isaiah Thomas led the Eastern Conference in scoring with 33 points a game, and he was ranked sixth in at 7.3 game. As the Celtics went 3-1, all three wins road. And he also had a career high of 40 points. And in one of the games, he 36 in the second half, an overtime win. Whereas Westbrook, he led the Thunder to a 3-1 week, averaging a league high 41 points, 10 assists, and a 9.8 rebounds. So he was super close, averaging a triple double for the week, points off for a rebound. He also became the only third player in history to log 3 straight games with at least 40 points and 10 rebounds and 5 assists, joining Elgin Baylor, who did it twice, and Wilt Chamberlain. So yeah, he's pretty crazy. Um, what do you think? Like, I know you said he's the best player of the week. Do you think, sorry, best player in the NBA? Do you think he could average a triple double?
I think he can close out the season. I feel like, I mean, if he gets, some big numbers, and like, even if some games he
For
averages
CBS
7,
Sports,
let's say
I'm
he
Jorge.
averages 15, and like rebounds or something, it's gonna balance out. So I feel like, I mean, he's really the only superstar on that team,
He
and I
is the
feel like
only
if he just
superstar, yeah.
if he keeps playing how he's playing, I definitely think he can average it. I mean, unless an injury happens or the rest of his team starts playing worse, then I feel like it might tamper. But I feel like for now he's good. I mean, the way he's been playing doesn't look like he's gonna slow down.
Do you think that they can make the playoffs?
Of course.
You think they
I mean,
do?
right now they're fifth, and I feel like no, like, all right, the teams that are out the playoffs, like Denver, Portland, New Orleans, the Lakers, I don't think they could really knock out the Oklahoma City, and they're still above 500, so they have a really good chance of
They're at
making the play.
19 and 12 right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
think they.
if they were to come in as in a lower half, so like in the bottom four, like the four out of to eight, the 5 to 8, they'd be a much dangerous team because they could knock out teams that are in the top four. And that, I mean, I feel like team right now, if the playoffs were to start right now, they'd be faced up against the Clippers, and the Clippers would be slightly scared because I mean, I don't think any team right now could possibly shut down
Yeah, I don't think anybody's safe with an angry
Russell
Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's safe. So speaking of this, we're gonna talk about the power rankings. So, obviously number one are the 23-7 Cavaliers. They're dominating everybody. They're winning the game. They are the best team. Um, but I'm pretty
They did
biased.
lose. They did lose last night
Yeah, it was pretty pathetic, but
to Detroit,
which they're,
to Andre Drummond,
they're pretty far down.
one of the best centers.
On the Yeah, they're 20th on the list. So that's pretty bad. But anyway, so the Spurs are second. They are now third in defense per 100 possessions. So that sounds fun. They're 25-6. The Warriors went down. They do have the league's best record. But I don't know. They don't have any air of invincibility. They are easily getting taken advantage of. I feel, and I mean it was a close game with the Cavaliers, but I don't know. I don't. I think they're a bit overrated. And then number four, us Raptors. Let's get it. Fourth. Um, and number five, hashtag the beard. My boy James Harden. So the Rockets are in fifth at 23-9. Unfortunately, they lost by 1 point to the Spurs, and then they lost by like 6 points to the Mavericks, which was pretty unfortunate. But before that, they were doing good. And then number six is the Oklahoma Thunder at 19-12, with Westbrook basically carrying the entire team. It's really all him. Um, but yeah, so that is all for NBA, and we're gonna go on and to talk about soccer.
All right, so that's what I'll be talking about. So let's talk about everyone's favorite league. So the Premier League. So right now the big talk of the English Premier League is the league leaders Chelsea, coming off finishing 10th in the league. Right now they're on a 12-game winning streak, which breaks the Premier League record for most wins in a season. Right now, they're trying to break Arsenal's record for most consecutive wins, but Arsenal's record span over 2 seasons, so that's why. So they're trying to chase up to that record. So they managed to get a very convincing win over the Bournemouth. Diego Costa was out for this game, so they had to start Hazard, their winger. They put him at striker. It worked out perfectly. Amazing game. Another big matchup was Manchester United versus Sunderland. Manchester United really has been in a slide like these last couple of months, but they've managed to come back with Mkhitaryan getting probably goal of the season, amazing scorpion kick goal. And right now it's good to see that Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Pogba, their summer signings are really clicking together. So it's really good. And then right now they're the team. Manchester United looks like they're clicking together. It looks like they could really push up, maybe make a Champions League spot. So heading into we're 5 days away from the January transfer window, but deals have already been negotiated. So Oscar, Chelsea's midfielder, was sold for 6 million euros to the Chinese superstar Shanghai. So Chelsea's going to try and reinvest that 65 euros into a different midfielder. People on their list right now are people like James Rodriguez, Vidal, Alexis Sanchez, and Verratti. Chelsea would love to sign these players, use them as maybe start them or put depth for the squad. And the way it's looking, they could win the Premier League, and then for next season, when they're back in the Champions League, they could really push for the European titles. So let's go to the league with the greatest players. We're going to talk about the Spanish league. So first of all, we have to commend Ronaldo for his Ballon d'Or victory. So Stefan, I have to ask you. So the top three were Ronaldo, Messi, and Antoine Griezmann.
Griezmann,
Who,
yeah.
so who do you think out of those three deserved to
Well,
be the
good
best of
question.
them?
So basically, right, I personally think, so I'm looking at this chart thing here, right? And basically it compares Ronaldo to Messi. I don't think Griezmann should be, I mean, like, obviously there has to be a third, but everybody knows he's not going to win. It's always going to be Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi forever until they retire. But so basically, based on this chart, Ronaldo scored 51 goals throughout one, three, four different leagues and cups and stuff like that.
He scored
Uh,
55 goals.
oh, sorry, this says 51. And 15 assists. Whereas Messi
17.
scored 41 goals and only netted 21 assists in one more game.
No,
Um,
Messi has 59 goals in
that's what it
32.
says on here, man. So,
Right? I'm looking at the real one.
looking at
So
the real one. All right. So basically, I still think Messi, um, because he won La Liga title. Unfortunately, they did lose Copa de America, but he did score a bunch of goals, and he is the third top scorer in La Liga. Um, I know Cristiano Ronaldo is favorite, and I know it's always super close between both of them. Ronaldo did deserve it, but I still think I don't know. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 53 goals from 54 games. Messi scored 56 goals from 59 games.
no,
Yeah,
59 goals and 32 assists from 62 appearances. Ronaldo has 55 goals, 17 assists from 57 appearances.
not
But
here.
Ronaldo also won the Champions
No,
League.
no. This is
He
still
won. Yeah,
yeah,
this is 2016. He
yeah,
also
yeah.
won. He won the Club World Cup with Real Madrid, and he won the Euros with Portugal. And I feel like he had the edge on Messi because, first of all, he won the Champions League. That's better than Liga. He managed to win his national cup, while Messi couldn't win the Copa America. And he also managed to win the Club World Cup, so basically establishing himself as helping Real Madrid establish himself as the greatest soccer team in the world. And I feel like Ronaldo has did more for his respective clubs than Messi did, and Messi also
And didn't even
decided to retire.
quit. Yeah, and then now
Yeah,
he's
and
back.
and that really showed how his sportsmanship, his passion. How you gonna quit?
Not really. Like
How you gonna
okay,
quit after one
I
game?
don't agree with that statement on it shows his sportsmanship and passion because he had a lot of passion for the game. That's why he took that loss so emotionally. Um, and I feel like that's the reason why he cared so much. I think that Messi has a bunch of passion for the game and he cares and he would do anything. I know he did quote unquote retire, but he's back now. He just had like a emotional breakdown because he cared so much for his team. And when you're that good and you go nowhere, like not nowhere, but like when you don't win, it's kind of heartbreaking. It's like you're there, but you're not there, right? It's like, oh look, I'm super good, I can make it there, but I never win, right? So it's like it's kind of a mixed blessing. That's why I feel like that statement is incorrect. Um, but I can understand. I feel like Ronaldo, yeah, he's a good choice, but I feel like Messi, out of the three, what would it's pretty obvious, but would you order them? Um, Ronaldo, Messi, Griezmann?
No, I would say Ronaldo, Griezmann, and Messi.
Oh boy.
Because Griezmann did more for Atletico Madrid and France. He brought France to the finals. He brought Atletico Madrid to the Champions League final. He knocked out Bayern Munich, so basically the giant of Europe.
But it was a team game. It wasn't just him.
Yeah, it's a team. But I mean, yeah, it was basically
But
him.
it
If you watch the game,
but
he
it
scored the
wasn't.
goals.
He
It was
scored,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, he led the team to a victory. I mean, your defenders can't win you games that they're scoring. You win games by putting up more scores, so more goals.
How many goals did he have?
He didn't. He had around in the 40s. But he because like Messi and Ronaldo, they're fantastic. They're
They're all
amazing.
stars, yeah.
Exactly. But I feel like Messi, like what Messi done. Messi's Barcelona can survive without him, but can
Yeah, no, but to
Atletico
be fair,
Madrid in France.
Barcelona is an all-star team.
Like, also exactly. So I'm
It's
saying
literally an all-star
Messi,
team.
he didn't really show up. I mean, he couldn't bring them to Champions League finals. He couldn't win the Copa America. He won the La Liga. Yeah, I feel like Griezmann led his team to more opportunities. So that's why I feel like he should be ranked above him. But I
I
mean,
don't. I think it doesn't have to do with teams. I think it has to do with individual statistics. If I had to be honest with so
if
I
it's
would.
individual statistic, that means Messi would win, but he doesn't deserve to win.
That's why I argued Messi. But if it's just statistics, then you could say yeah, Messi. But if you're arguing, that's why it's like the same thing with NBA, right? Who wins MVP? I don't think Curry could have been should have been MVP. I think LeBron should have. Without them, team is garbage, hot garbage. So Curry, they still won games, right? So I don't know. It's arguable. That's why it's a good question for discussion.
So another team. So let's talk about Ronaldo's team, Real Madrid. They've really established themselves. They're on a 34 game undefeated streak this year in
Jeez,
2016. They've won 38 games this in 2016. They've lost twice all year. Can you believe it?
that's ridiculous.
I mean, last year they got Zinedine Zidane, soccer legend, to take over as manager. And recently in soccer, not recently, but like the past 20 years, players that used to play and became managers never really were successful. For example, Diego Maradona, he failed. Gary Neville, he failed. And everyone didn't expect Zidane to do it. But for some reason, he's just been the greatest manager in Europe.
Did
Man,
did he teach him how to headbutt?
no, he didn't.
Oh,
But I think for this year, he's also being regarded. He's up there with the two other managers as being the great, like him and Claudio Ranieri right now for butting heads for the greatest coaches here. But I definitely think it's I
butting
definitely think
heads.
Zidane. So Griezmann got recognition for an amazing year. He did win French Player of the Year.
Good for
Let's
him.
be let's be thankful that Ronaldo wasn't French, or else he'd be lost. Another thing to Ronaldo.
Agreed, man.
And other big Spanish names, James Rodriguez and Griezmann, are also being targeted by Premier League clubs. So Manchester United are looking to buy Griezmann to bolster their attacking lineup. And Chelsea, like I mentioned earlier, are trying to bolster their midfield with a James Rodriguez
That'd be
signing.
powerful.
That would. I think it really, for both teams, if they're to sign those players, would really cement themselves as Premier League title contenders. So let's talk about Italian soccer. So over the weekend on the 23rd, last Friday, the Supercoppa Italiana final between AC Milan and Juventus. This year, AC Milan really came back. They've really rebuilt themselves, and they managed to come out here with a win. It was 1-1. I didn't get the opportunity to watch the game, but from others I heard it was an amazing game, very counter-defensive. Both teams really edge each other out, but Milan managed to outlast Juventus, and it went to a penalty shootout where the 17-year-old sensation. Can you believe he's 17 years old?
Isn't he? He's the youngest player, right?
No, not the youngest player, but he was the youngest player like on the pitch at the time, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
50-year-olds playing and
That's what I
stuff.
meant. That's what...
So yeah, and I mean right now, both the Italian goalkeepers, Buffon, the old guy, the Italian legend, and then you have this young guy coming up as he's gonna look like he's gonna beat Buffon as one of the great Italian goalkeepers. He
Oh,
played
wow.
an amazing game. He saved the penalty that solidified the win for AC Milan. It was a fantastic thing, and I feel like even over the season, he's really established himself as a really exceptional goalkeeper. I mean, he's only 17 and he's playing like a top 10 goalkeeper. So imagine in 5 years from now,
Oh, he's
he'd
gonna
be
be worth millions. Everybody's gonna want him.
exactly, exactly. And I think it's good for AC Milan as they're trying to rebuild
It's
their
also good because
franchise.
Buffon's getting super old and he's gonna retire soon.
Yeah, he said
And
he's gonna retire after the 2018 World Cup.
yeah,
So that's
yeah,
bad for
but
soccer
Italy's not
fans.
gonna make it, so whatever.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, okay. No, but yeah, it's good because how old is he? What is he like?
17.
40s?
Oh no, Buffon's 38.
38. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, he's definitely gonna retire very soon. Well, not soon, but 2 years. Um, and yeah, it's gonna be good that they have a backup goalkeeper who's top 10 and he's only 17, right?
Exactly.
So
So let's talk about MLB.
this bothers me, man.
Yeah, I know. So last week, if you may or may not heard, Edwin Encarnacion, uh, the Toronto Blue Jays, one of their best players, their slugger.
Clutch player, very clutch
Yeah,
player.
he accepted what was it, 4 years, 60 mil
No, three
to
years.
3 years for 60 mil to the Cleveland Indians, to the who just lost in the finals.
hmm
And it was weird because everyone said, yeah, he left for money, but he turned down 4 years and 100
80.
mil for
Wasn't it 80?
Toronto. No, it was 100
It's
mil.
100, yeah.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the Toronto Blue Jays. And then he stated by saying, I went to the Cleveland Indians because he wanted to win a championship. And I feel like Cleveland already made the finals. So imagine if he had such a great player like him.
Now, I just want to mention something. Um, so basically what happened, right? That's what he says, what happened, and everybody knows that's not true. Um, so basically what happened, right, in my opinion, is he thinks he's a super awesome all-star. Like, he's good. I'm not saying he's bad, right? Keep in mind, he's a very good, you know, baseball player. Very good. And he's done a lot for the Blue Jays. But so for instance, he got one offer from us. He wanted to see what's on the table, and he got super greedy that he didn't accept our more than fair offer because he wanted to get more money because he thought he was that much better. And no matter what anybody tells you, he didn't do it for the championship. It just happened to work out that way because
No, but he accepted less money.
he accepted less money because the agent screwed him over.
No, he
The
accepted less
agent
money because he
massively
wanted to
screwed.
get a
No,
chance. But
Blue Jays are a
everyone knows.
championship.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
They've
Yes, they
lost
are.
twice in the no,
I
not
mean,
not in the
I forget what it's called, but it's like the
in the
second
in the
semifinals.
conference, yeah, finals. I don't think
They
I
are
think
definitely they were getting their shit together.
yeah, they were getting their stuff together and stuff like that, but they weren't making the signings for the right players to bring to bolster their lineup. They were just trying to sign Batista and Encarnacion. I feel like don't cry with Encarnacion. Try and find a better player.
Hopefully they
Like
get rid of Bautista. I hate that guy.
no, I feel like no, but they need Batista. I
Yo,
feel like he's
Bautista,
had a
if you're watching this, I hate you.
okay. Well, he was just injured for a lot of the season. He
Good.
played less than 130 games. And I feel like the Blue Jays is hopefully they can have their big players like Aaron, what's his name, Donaldson.
Yeah, Aaron,
Hopefully, Josh Donaldson.
Josh
Hopefully he can
Donaldson.
play good this season.
They
I
need
feel like
someone to step up because
no,
Edwin
no,
Encarnacion.
everyone's no, they're good. People step up. It's that they don't
No, no,
have
I
the
know, but like I
same
mean in
bolster.
clutch, I mean in clutch performances. Like for instance, we were in the finals and it was like a super game. Double E would always there to swing the homer to win, right? He's that clutch player that not a lot of teams have, but a lot of teams need. And in
Now
this,
Cleveland got him.
pardon?
Now Cleveland got him. Now
Yeah,
Cleveland can.
I don't
Really,
think Cleveland's gonna make it to final
yeah,
World
yeah.
Series. They're not gonna make
No,
it.
their team. I don't know if they're gonna make it on really fall baseball, but I know their teams is stacked,
Yeah, and
and
Chicago isn't gonna make it either. They're lucky. They had a monster season.
no,
Credit for
they
them,
weren't
Chicago.
lucky. They had the best team in the
No, I
MLB.
know.
They
They had
deserved
a
it.
really good no, but I mean they're lucky in terms of how their um history has gone, right?
Oh,
You get that
sure.
1 year that they finally get. I don't know. I feel like the Chicago Bears they're not gonna win again, but like
Chicago
for a while.
Cubs.
Sorry, Cubs. Sorry. But I feel like they're gonna go slowly down in standings.
You
Uh,
can't really. I don't think history. You can't really say history is gonna repeat itself. I mean, it just depends on how they play. If they can, if they just finish the season 100 wins, if they can get 80 or 90 wins, they can really push for the playoffs. And I feel like they're still a contender. I mean, they haven't lost superstar. Same thing with Cleveland, and Cleveland just managed to bolster their lineup. So I feel like both teams just have to sign key players.
Draft, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be an interesting year. I mean, I don't super follow, but I don't know, but I don't follow
Baseball.
baseball as much as everything else, but I do follow the Blue Jays because they're our home team. Um, but I feel like it, it's so disappointing that we keep losing our guys. Um, I don't know. I feel like he was greedy, and then it failed, and then he just got screwed. But then his like he basically he got screwed, and then he's like, oh, look at the bright side. I'm on a championship team. But I feel like calling the Blue Jays a not a championship team is a bad idea. I feel like they definitely are. They lost in the second last round. I mean, come on, that's pretty good. Once you get rid of that cap space, when you get rid of Bautista, fine. But yeah, so I think that's gonna end it off here.
So
You do the outro.
we'd like to thank you guys for listening to part 2 of our episode 5. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you stay tuned for episode 6. Will come later this week. We hope you enjoyed your holidays. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, and have a good rest of week.
Bye.